Jimmy here with Progressive Performance, and today we're talking about the high bar back squat. When looking at the high bar back squat, this is the point in which you want to get most of your athletes to really overload their quads and allow them to really produce some good force on the field. One other big point in the back squat is that you have to control that load eccentrically, meaning when you're coming down in the squat, you really have to engage your muscles to control that weight, and that really teaches you how to change direction properly and really use that force to slow down your body fast and get back to force production. So, we're going to go over some safety tips and figuring out how to do this movement. Now, the position of your hands is going to be determined by how mobile your shoulders are. A little bit wider or a little bit more narrow, depending on how well you can move in the upper body. You're going to take those hands, place them on the bar, right about shoulder width apart. Like I said, sometimes a little bit in, sometimes a little bit out, depends on you. You're going to dip your head underneath that bar, coming forward underneath it, placing that bar underneath C7. You got a big bone in the bottom of your neck, that's C7. Right underneath that, all that meat is right there. Xander's going to take a couple steps forward to place himself under the bar in a power position. He's going to unrack that bar vertical, take a few steps back, and get set in a proper, comfortable foot position for him. This foot position does not have to be straight forward. It can be slightly everted with an external hip angle. Now, neutral hips for most people is 15 degrees of external rotation of the hip. So cocking those feet out just a little bit is going to be really comfortable for most. When he decides to descend, he's going to keep his elbows down, trying not to flare those elbows backward. We don't want this, right? That's going to tip his body forward, make a less efficient squat. We want those elbows underneath the bar, underneath his shoulders. As he squats back, he's going to break his hips back, bend those knees, dip to parallel or right below, and push up. As he pushes up, he's leading with his chest. Keeping his chest up. Go ahead. A string on his chest, pulling him through the ceiling. He's squeezing his butt as hard as he can and forcing his hips forward. One more time. And up. Good. And back. A few form points we want to make sure we look at is we want feet glued to the floor. 3 points of contact. Heel, big toe, little toe, always in contact with the ground, pushing through so we create a nice high arch to push off of. And when we unrack that load, we're not lunging to unrack the load. So as Xander walks in here, this is not the way to unrack a squat. We unrack a squat in a power position, just like we're about to squat underneath that weight. And down. So, those are some tips on learning how to back squat. Any questions, feel free to comment below or hit me up with an email. Talk to you soon.